You, what's up? This is Dreaming. I go by name of Nesthembu.
And I am Jabu McDonald. And it's your boy Cardi 8 Solo.
And this is the 10th episode of
The Review. Wow, that was like in unison. Oh my gosh. Okay, and we, after 10 weeks, are still your connoisseurs of entertainment and everything with knowing. And gentlemen, can we talk?
Yes.
Is the space safe?
It is safer more than ever. I think it's safer more the first time when we did this. So, yeah, man, 10 episodes. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to us. Shout out to
us. Yeah, like, listen, we did it. Like 10 episodes later, and I think we're getting better and better, and I hope you guys are still enjoying this. I think we're better than when we started, and a lot of you probably would agree. Start from the start to now, I think we've got a hang of things. And the most important thing that I'm happy about is that we've broken a record more than anything. And most podcasts don't pass 6 episodes. Oh, so we did it.
So we have broken the landmark of
yeah.
We passed it also. We're on the 10th episode, and I feel like it could be 10 more.
Let's like 10,000.
Yeah,
10,000
and tens of more episodes, because I feel like this is a home now.
It is, and we haven't gotten cancelled. We had some close calls, but we haven't gotten cancelled, so that's also positive.
Yeah, there has been a lot of wild takes.
While you two, I'm the safe space guy.
No, the thing is, the hate is already. For me, I think the hate is already there. When they see my face, they just lash. I'm like, there he is. There he is.
Guys, no, but Fana is a really nice guy.
I'm such a nice dude, bro.
Do not do this to him, guys. Jabu, not so much. So, this one is trash. King
Jabubu. The trolls, guys.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so glad the show that is really getting us into a lot of trouble is coming to an end. But
finally,
it's that one show. That show, guys, no.
2 more weeks.
We count down. It's like less than 2 weeks now. So we just happy that it's coming to an end. But more than anything, I'm just so happy that we managed to get this far, and we've amassed over 10,000 views throughout our episodes. So it's just amazing for us what we're doing. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting, liking, sharing. And I know sometimes you share with your friends and that you don't like anymore, and also your boyfriends that you're sharing with someone else. I know, man. It's just
it as an opportunity to get
bond,
your ex back.
I know some of you just laid up together, always watch this to laugh. But that's all cool. We appreciate you. Everybody coming from TikTok, Facebook, because we're going to have a Facebook family as well. Everybody that has been coming in, liking, subscribing, Instagram people as well. We appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Thank you.
We see y'all. We see all of y'all.
Thank you for supporting Amatota Kulmanye TV.
There's a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
In every episode, we actually get that when they because in each and every week, there's always gonna be a video that's gonna fly over over 500,000 views, and it's always gonna get that reaction.
There's always someone who's just shocked,
but I'm just always glad that we have our content every week. Getting out there. So that's for me, that works. Even if you hate it, you love it, as long as you're talking about it.
As long as you're watching.
As long as you're talking about it.
Yeah. Commenting, it's fine.
Anyway, we are now going to check with TV news with Jabu for the 10th time, since it's the 10th episode. So the keyword this week is 10.
We got 10.
It's 10th million, But yeah, man, we're going to check with Jabu and tell us all the TV news that has been happening in the industry and entertainment space. We saw that he was all out there in the Joburg Film Festival, but I don't know if you're going to tell us anything about that, but let's hear what Jabu has to say for the TV news.
Yeah, Showmax is coming to an end. Very sad moment for the South African television industry, because this was literally the biggest platform in Africa that provided great local content. Well, there's Netflix, but Netflix has always had a different appeal in terms of their local content compared to Showmax. And I think also in terms of the numbers, Showmax produce a lot more local content compared to Netflix or any other streaming platform out there.
Yeah.
So it is a sad time. A lot of people are losing jobs, or we're losing more platforms that could have more local content.
Yeah, that's the sad part. As I said, I was in another radio station yesterday talking about the demise of and the end of an era for Showmax. And for me, what I literally emphasized on that was that we are losing a platform where we could literally have a mass number of local content. Now, I feel like if we're losing Showmax, then we're not going to be left with what? Because
what's our content hub? Like, where am I gonna watch the Bean Queens?
Because what I love about Showmax is that in every show you could get there. Like
it lives there.
When you wanted to watch it. Be it if you still want to watch The Wife again. If someone was actually rewatching the Ranakas and also Dineo Ranaka,
where we're gonna find
that right now. But the fact that now it is gone and it is going we don't know where we're gonna have that, because DSTV and X Multi Shows has a lot of content that, and they've invested in local production and everything. So now if we lose that, then where are we gonna access that? Because
Showmax and Chill is like now not going to be a thing, because I think that's the beauty of streaming platforms, where you know that if I want to like rewatch something, right? Like even international things, I think they were like the home of the Real Housewives. So any season of Real Housewives, you want to see the African ones or the American ones,
everywhere
you just go there. So I think we're losing out. Like, and then look, there is a part of me that feels like maybe we are catastrophizing it because we don't really know much yet.
Yeah, but I think that press release or an email was very vague. They didn't.
It's not like here's the next plan.
But I think they still assured us they still assured us that there will be something that they will introduce, and I think Cano Plus already has their own platform. Maybe that's the platform they're going to introduce. But let's also remember that television has changed a lot over the years, and we're no longer competing in our own regions anymore. We're now going outside
globally.
So that's why a platform like Showmax doesn't really make sense in terms of its longevity, because now we're competing at a global scale. So there's Netflix, there's Prime Video, there's Disney Plus, there's all that stuff, and these companies are buying each other because they're trying to grow and
monopolize the market.
So the next platform is probably going to be a platform that's going to have some of what we like to watch, and also a global thing.
The thing that I'm against so much about the globalizing our streaming platform is because we lose our local like content a lot. We already have that with Netflix, because you're trying now to appeal to the global market, and when you appeal to the global market, there are shows that are not going to make it to the global stage. So that means the local content that will make sense to us, that will love, they will not probably get the priorities of being produced, and
might
stuff
not
like
even
that.
get greenlit, because I mean, let's think like Ishapin Queens, like I just mentioned, like internet, we know what like Ishapin is about, right? But internationally or globally, like that might not resonate, even though I feel like it's great content. But the people up there look at it like, no, this won't resonate with a global market, so we're not going to do this. And they play it safe, and then now our stories aren't being told. Now we're not seeing ourselves.
We rely on adaptations a lot. Like people are doing on Netflix, and we don't have the freedom to tell our stories like we have been. So it for me, as much as like it makes sense in a financial sense of like, okay, if they like produce and then for the global like to consume, but the thing is like, it makes you to be like, where look we find our thing, our shows, because like when I first went to Showmax, I want to watch The Wife. I was brought by the local show to the platform. I didn't care what was there. That was from like
and
international.
The Wife kicked it off, right?
It kicked it off.
Yeah, The Wife
like
kicked it off.
It set it off like when I tweet what it was, because of The Wife, and the other show that came after. The Wife paved it for them,
And you can get away with language also with a platform like Showmax, because with Netflix, they need to have, the dialogue has to be well planned in order for it to appeal to the global audience. Because we can't have our own language being spoken that much. There has to be like a certain percentage and stuff. So there's that. Well, ETV, this is their chance to thrive. They have EVOD
and SABC.
I don't know about SABC.
The thing is like with that, you need like an intense amount of funds to produce in that mess that Showmax was, even though they made a lot of loss, of which it was understandable that they had to can it, but it's still, because people are talking about SABC. We can't even pay 250 way TV license like for the year. Like we can't even pay it, but we're still talking about like SABC taking advantage. Like we can't like talk about that.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because we there's a lot of things that's gonna stop it from getting out there. So yeah, as much as like I'm sad about it, I think the one thing that they need to do is trying to find a balance between the TV content and also the streaming content and put it all together, because the segregation to me didn't make sense because the content ended up on the other platform.
We need everything in one platform.
So like you'd wait until the season ends and then you see it to like showmax.
Yeah.
And then like, and what's the point? Like, just put everything together and get people to get all the content, honestly. Anything else we getting?
Yeah, there's something interesting that's also happening. There's Showmax is closing down, but there's also a growth in a certain platform. So you know how you see those dramas on TikTok, like those short dramas that you'd see, like the K dramas and all that stuff.
I've already seen those.
Yeah. So we are also getting something of our own in South Africa. America and South Africa are going to be collaborating through Free Films, which is a production company, I think, in Atlanta. So it's going to be working with us aside to produce those short dramas, but premium short dramas. And Tay Dix is also going to be part of that, which is incredible because now a lot of people are consuming content on their phone. So they are seeing also it's projected to like grow. Currently it's worth like $5 billion. It's projected to even grow even further and more money. So I mean, even Kim Kardashian was rumored to be investing in this also. So the short dramas are going to become a huge thing.
Sometimes you be scrolling on TikTok, you see that drama and you end up watching the whole thing on
part two. Where's part two?
Because like, even though the acting might be so poor sometimes on these shows, but the storyline
captures you. So we're getting those, but I think they're actually called micro dramas. So we're getting investment in terms of that in South Africa.
Chris Q, it's your time to shine. Chris Q, because he's been doing like such amazing work, right, with the stuff that he's been doing on YouTube. So I really feel like
the Shut Up Men Are Talking is gonna be a movie.
It was supposed to be a movie. He decided to make it a drama.
Okay, that's cool. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay, that's great. There was something that I wanted to say, Mos. Fatal Seduction is coming out this week. Yes. Fatal Seduction is coming out this week. Is it the last one?
I don't know.
They've been confirmed.
It's not confirmed. It
should be. It
should be. Well, it's a busy week, to be honest. It's Fatal Seduction. It's the SAFTAs. So we're going to finally see if Zenanda's going to walk away with that award. And it's not only just the SAFTAs, even internationally, the Oscars are taking place on the same weekend. So there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on in the streets. We're probably going to be able to unpack it well next week. And probably going to have another debate. But
we will probably have a lot of debates next week. I'm ready for it. So
they better get their shit on order. And we haven't gotten an invite, guys, to go cover the recovery. So we're probably not going to
SAFTAs.
Like who's working like anyway, let me just get out of it.
Also, sorry, wait. Another thing that I think like new shows, right? I think it came out like last week on Netflix, Blue Therapy. Which is like that thing where couples come and like they speak to a therapist. It's the craziest shit and it reveals how toxic relationships are. And it just got me thinking, there's a perfect opportunity for Mmeli and all of his wives. They could give it like...
he had his own size.
Aren't you going to have his own face?
He's going to have
But listen, we're going to talk about it in the next because... my 2 cents about the Blue Therapy, functional couples will not go there because they are functional. Obviously, dysfunctional couples will go there and then we will be the one consuming the dysfunctionality and then make it seem like that's the entire relationship, because if you're in a functional relationship, why would you go there?
And it's literally like when you listen to what these people are saying, some of them it's like, no, we're happy, it's great. It's just one thing that just creeps up. It's like it's a financial thing, or it's like there's a lie that's not being shared. But crazy business, you guys need to check that out.
It's on my watch list. Anyway, let's talk about what happened in the Big Brother house on Reality Check. Reality Check is where we indulge into a reality show where we talk about everything that is happening with reality. Your favorite reality shows that you love to hate. Yeah, we're going to be talking about all of them. Big Brother Mzansi is coming to an end in a couple of weeks. In fact, in less than 2 weeks. So we are like literally going to be talking about it like for Well, we're going to be stopping to talk about it for like a while because it's coming to an end. But what happened last week? In fact, last Sunday, we got to see King Wonder and Don being evicted. Any shocks there? For me, it was okay.
It was come on.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
We saw
the Don
The Don, he had 9 lives, but anyway, the lives came to an end.
Yeah, he only survived because of a shade the week before. That was the week he was supposed to leave, actually, but he only survived because of that.
He was 3 weeks late. But anyway, so eviction denied.
Eviction is not
it's not delayed.
Eviction delayed.
Delayed, not eviction denied.
Exactly.
So yeah, like King Wonder, I was like, I was starting to like King Wonder though, but I feel like the timing of him like to leave the house came, and
he had a good run.
He had a good run, yeah.
Yeah, I do think like now that we're getting so much closer to like the end, right? I think now it's like we need to start being like, even like with Ilano, right? It was like, you made it this far, you played a good game, you were likable in the house. King Wonder, same thing. I feel like he really was playing a good game. He was starting to pick up, and like, I think kudos to him, because at this point we're going to start losing a lot of strong players, right? And now it's like there's no time for the tiptoeing.
Well, yeah, obviously now when it's come to the end, you kind of lose a lot of housemates. So obviously you kind of get like boring a bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we just have to wait and see what's going to happen in the coming days or weeks. Yeah. But last week something really strange happened. We saw Mmeli like crashing out at Big Brother, cursing out and saying like, I'm not scared of Big Brother and everything. And we even saw Big Brother now issuing a warning to him for that lack of respect or disrespect to him. Of which it was very, I don't know.
Should have happened a long time ago. I just think Mmeli behaved that way because he saw what his partner was getting away with a lot, and he thought,
maybe get away with it.
Yeah. So I think sometimes the people you hang out with that do have an influence on you, and you act a certain way because now you are exposed to those patterns and you're exposed to how they behave, and you think, oh, that's actually okay. Let me do the same. And I know I'll get away with it.
I feel like Big Brother really created with this whole mess we have this season.
The monster, yeah.
I think this season, like when they have to go back into the drawing board, they have to look at how they can enforce the rules that they have. Because from week 1, there was a lot of rule breaking. There was a lot of things that was happening in that house that I felt that Big Brother let it slide a lot. And
he only did it when we were mentioning it. Like, oh, people are doing that and
because
that and
when when the rules are not being followed, it affects the quality of the show. Like as much as like they might not see it, because as much as like we love chaos, but we also love order a lot. Like you can't be thriving on chaos a lot. Sometimes you need order, and I feel like this season was a lot of chaotic one, a lot of rule breaking, Vanek, people discussing nominations, people saying horrible things to one another. Like there was a lot of things, and I feel like that's why we have like the most amount of strikes this season, like more than the entire,
which is a lot,
And I feel like it should have been nipping about like first week when it happened, but I feel like it just
festered
into a point now. Even when last week he was trying to everything down, nobody takes him seriously, because even like people were just laughing about it, like, hey, it's whatever, man,
but also I also think that the other big issue that like I've noticed in the season, right, there's a lot of blanket punishments, right, and I think it's because he waits so long to like punish them. And like I think I remember when they won the wager but they didn't get it, he deducted 50%, which I think was last week or something. He literally was like, this is because of like constant rule breaking from everyone, where I feel like sometimes you just have to be direct, like punish the people that need to be punished. I think there's
and
this
also
thing
be specific which rules they broke, so that they know that I should not do it again.
Yes, because there is a lot of blanket things where like, who are you protecting?
You punishing the whole house doesn't make sense if because the culprits will get away with it. I'm like, oh, I value,
and they won't reflect.
Like I remember there were times that punishment would be given to housemates. Like you have to count rise, you would have to do individual punishment for your transgression. Now housemates are suffering privileges for few people and everything, and it feels like people are not being called out for their transgression. If they're given a strike, that's where it ends. I feel like Big Brother used to give a strike and then you get a punishment on top of that strike. I'm like, you're gonna be sitting alone. I remember when Bonnie B and Ashley, they were given a task, a punishment to paste something on a thingy for a full page. They had to do that for 2 days. Like, if you understand how like that is, like, this is enforcing and also trying to like get these people to account for their behavior.
And it was a direct punishment for them.
Exactly. If we're gonna say like, I know you guys did this, I'm gonna take away this for the whole house. I'm like, what does that have to do? You know, as much as like also we went to a point, Big Brother saying that he's revoking the family messages for this week.
That thing was painful, I think. As a viewer, like, to think, you know, everyone always looks forward to those messages. And having that revoked, because that place is also mentally and emotionally draining. And this season has probably been like, for me, as well, a very like emotional thing. So watching them react that way, I kind of understood, because I'm like, shit, guys, I mean, this is, you need that, you know, like the last stretch, you need your family, you need support or someone to be like, you've got this, keep going, you know. That was very cruel.
You know, for me, the thing that I didn't like about that is because everybody looks forward to that. And there are people who have not been maliciously breaking rules, like Ashay. Like, I don't recall Ashay. Maybe he speaks Venice here and there.
Yeah.
But he has never like committed like a crazy rule break.
He's like one of the only people who doesn't have a strike.
Now he is now going to lose the privilege of seeing a message from from his family. And that's why I'm saying, like, the blanket punishment of people, because Big Brother could have just said, you know, smang mang, because you've been relentlessly breaking
the rules.
You should not be having the privilege now of literally getting a message from your family. That is a direct punishment to rule breakers. But now, if we're gonna say the whole house, there are people who are not guilty. People they're more guiltier than others.
Exactly.
You know, Trixie has 2 strikes, but someone who has no strike has the same punishment as Trixie who has 2 strikes. So you now understand the imbalance of that. And you know, me as a person who's probably like had making mic infringement, where like, okay, you have like a warning of like, but someone who has double strikes, someone who have like 1 strike, whatever, is the same one as like who doesn't have any. And that's why I'm saying, like, Big Brother, it's kind of unfair for people to lose some privileges because of other people.
Yeah, they actually,
you know, it could have just like, okay, smang mang, you're not getting messages because you have been persistently breaking rules and stuff like that. But that's just how I feel, and I feel like it's becoming such a very difficult thing to manage in the house, because housemates, I feel like, anyway, you know, it's whatever.
It's whatever, and there's some of them even know, they're like, Gyafana, like, I'm. Like, I'll like with the Mmeli thing, like you were just saying, it's like, I'll probably get a slap on the wrist, you know. I can pull a Luke Clay, say, fuck you, Big Brother, do whatever. And he probably, he'll give me like a strike or something or whatever.
But and it's 2 weeks now, I don't care.
I like, it's almost at the end. Plus, hey, I gave people a moment, right? So, like, it's like the entertainment factor of it. So I do think Uzi, and it's a game, it's strategy, right? And I think his leniency is going to create, it has created dysfunction. Yeah, and disorder, and disorder. Yeah, I can't wait, guys. I will be celebrating when Big Brother is.
I've never celebrated. I always get like I'm a withdrawal when it ends. But this season, I'm so happy it's coming to an end. I've never experienced a season so toxic.
Yeah,
even for the fans outside, like,
I think they made it hard to watch.
Even inside, it's so. I even feel sorry for people that have to be in that house every day. Like, even the season has become so hard to consume because of how toxic it has become, even like in the house. Outside, it's even as bad, you know, like this show that we used to love has become such a toxic, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like some housemates have ruined it for others, you know, with the toxicity that they've displayed into the house, and the joy that everybody that came in with in that house, they have like literally compromised.
Yeah, just pulled it out.
The show and the integrity of the show. And I feel like, you know, sometimes drama is been like somewhat being glorified a lot. Sometimes it's unnecessary drama that has been put on the pedestal. And as fans, the lack of objectivity, always hyping up and defending nonsense, and also dragging people and shaming people who are literally calling out things that are problematic. That also hasn't like contributed.
It says so much about our moral compass as the fans watching, because a lot of the things that they are willing to like co-sign, right? I think over and above, like the house is the house, right? It's a social experiment.
Sure,
you're gonna get different people, you know, who have these different personalities. But I do think now it's like you get crucified for having an opinion about something, right? And you can share that opinion in the most respectful way. You can share that opinion as honestly and bluntly, because it's like, this is a fact. We're watching people, you know, doing these things. And the way that people, I think they respond and like they go, I mean, I'll speak like with you guys, with you two, right? Like the onslaughts that you guys have received. Like, I think, you know, the way people want to like even start doxing you and like, getting just malicious with it. It makes it hard to even want to continue watching, because you're like, I'm watching this, but now on the outside, because of, you know, certain people in the house, it's like 10 times worse. Yeah, no, it's a lot, guys.
I don't care, damn. If you go low, I go lower.
No, man, at some point for me, like I literally like withdrawn from actually like talking about it.
Yeah,
like I think
we all have pulled away a little bit.
I think I've posted the least number of videos about Big Brother in the past 2 weeks, and that is intentional. Not because I'm not watching or not knowing what's happening in the house, but it feels like I've just been flooded with a lot of hate. Sometimes it can be very draining, because I like my TikTok is like my place where I just be free.
It's a safe space for you.
And now when it's become so filled with, and now the thing is now even my old videos are popping up. People are using my old videos. Like I saw like probably 4 or 5 videos of mine that I did in Big Brother season 5 now being taken to Twitter, and people are now, I'm like, guys, this was like a year ago. The context of those videos are actually now different, and now they're using to push a certain narrative about. I'm just like, come on, like
watching by Moshi Big Brother.
Those illegal watchers that watch Big Brother in the corners, like they don't watch it from DSTV. So those people that don't watch Big Brother from DSTV, it's them. You know. Anyway, yesterday on Sunday, so something shocking happened. You know, on Sunday, Bravo B was in the bottom 3. That was not like,
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it.
It's the ship, guys. The ship is it's sinking his game. And I think I've said this on here before. Bravo B's game changed because of his relationship with Trixie.
Besides that, I'm like, he has been in this ship for a while, bro, but he has never been in the bottom 3. Didi was in the bottom 3 that Sunday, but she was nowhere to be seen in the bottom 3. They swapped places literally with Bravo B.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, because a week ago or so, I was like really much confident that NA is really one of the dark horses this season, and we might come out and surprise a lot of people. I'm not so sure right now, because I feel like there is a lot that probably not as happening in the background that we're probably not privy to. But I think also it's a good thing that it happened this week than next week. You know,
because next week he would have probably left.
Yeah, because if it happened this coming week and with Sunday, he would have been probably like going home, because had it been 3 people leaving this Sunday, he was going to go home. He was going to go home, and I don't know what's happening there.
Hopefully the fans, like his fans, are seeing now that, okay, they need to like show up for
like they did with Didi, because she was not in the bottom 3. So I think they'll also wake up. It's a wake up call for them.
Yeah.
You guys are having outright support like now for any housemates? I know he's a Trixie fan.
I don't know. For me, I still don't think I have an outright thing, but I must say, I want to like compliment the mean girls, as they call themselves. I feel like them being in that house as long as they have been, and now the way that they are like, they're not even tiptoeing on anyone. They're still themselves, right? And they're still playing the game, but they've just told themselves that, you know what, fuck the negativity. We're here to have a good time. We're here for this. We're chasing this 2 mil. And I think I like the way that they're starting to play the game. Like, they're not antagonizing anyone. They're just
having fun now.
They're just having fun now.
I
like that mentality that
and
they
that
took.
Annoys a lot of people.
It does, because it's like, now you can't faze me. You know, I like where they are, and them making it this far. Like, I'm just like, damn, you guys clearly are like, your fan base is coming together, and obviously their relationship helps. I'm sure, because now they've got each other. Their fans have probably got each other, so that actually might surprise us and get them in the top 5. Who knows?
The thing is, like, I don't know. This weekend, Sunday, there might be 3 people leaving, and I'm not sure who's gonna be surviving.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one because Trix has never been in a bottom 3. Q has never been in a bottom 3. Mmeli, Liema, Thandeka. Only Bravo has been in a bottom 3 and Didi now. So
you see, it could
Eshe, we haven't seen Eshe
as well. The bottom 3 as well. I always forget about Eshe.
Can I actually say, and I'm probably very wrong, don't shoot me here, but I kind of feel like the closer we get to the end, Eshe's little safe game, it's not going to work not going to work towards his favor. I do feel like if 3 people leave next week, and I know he's got quite silent supporters, but I do feel like if people want to like start saving their faves, I feel like Eshe could be at risk.
I'm just trying to think who might be in the bottom 3 next week. And I can put 1 person or 2 people, but the third person might be tricky for me to put, because I think they're gonna probably have a top 5, because the top 5 always gets
for the last week.
So I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's gonna be.
It's very unpredictable.
Yeah,
it's very. Look, I think that makes it good. Like,
I think this season there was no, like, a lot of people think there's like an outright front runner, but next week, guys, from next week you're gonna hear who I'm voting for. That's when you're gonna know who I'm voting for. The people that have been calling me that I'm supporting, you might be surprised who I'm voting for, guys.
I mean, also they can't even tell who's the underdog this season. Even themselves as housemates couldn't even tell.
Yeah, they don't even know,
because they were not sure as to who might be the underdog.
The actual underdog is Q.
I think he is. Like, he's been saved so many times, and he continues to still be in that house, meaning that he really does have, like, I think I can confidently say I can see Q standing up in like a top 3. Like, I'm gonna say that now.
I also see him because, bro, how many weeks it's been?
Dude, and he's always been literally
the entire time. Yes,
he's never had peace.
Because the first week he was standing, but he was no nomination, but still he stood. But like since week 1, bro.
Yeah, and this week's head of house, I think, is going to be like very crucial.
I think it guarantees you the finale.
If you get through now, you're good. You're good. You're in the top 5.
Until Big Brother maybe Big Brother changes. But you know what I wanted Big Brother to do this week? I wanted to put the returning housemates alone on the chopping block. And
the returning.
I wanted to do something about the returnees. They can't have this like very easy way to the. Oh, come on!
I agree with you. I agree with you there.
Like, I feel like maybe they also there must be something happening with the returning housemates.
Between the 3 of them.
At least maybe the housemates choose who they want to stay or whatsoever with the returning housemates.
You see that, then Mmeli's gone. If they do that,
because I think the mean girls would save Liema.
Definitely, they're gonna save Liema.
And then probably who's the other one? Sunday we're gonna save Mmeli.
Trixie's gonna want to save Bravo. You see, these votes are gonna go like that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a difficult one. Yeah,
but I do think
I want Big Brother to do something about the returning. I don't want them to just have the
make it straight to the finale. No. Yeah,
but yeah, hopefully something happens with them. Moving on to Being A Xaba. We continue to see that meeting that they had on that table, of which I love so much. Like, Swazi, for me, she has won me this season.
Yeah, listen, you're not close to the end.
Has won me. Like,
Swazi,
at the beginning, I thought she was like the typical stepmom, but I feel like this season, like now, she has won me. And as I said, maybe Ukzala maybe gave a new, like feeling, like a new feeling of like, let me just like mend bridges instead of burning the bridges.
She's been very mature.
Also, Gantu Vichi like, now they're talking about another wife. It's like, there's another wife.
America.
There's an American wife, and there's another girl from Swaziland. I'm like, there's always women.
Oh, he's an international fuckboy. Like, I mean, why keep it in?
I mean, he has 23 as evidence.
Listen.
I'm like, guys, when does it ever end?
It doesn't. I feel like in every episode, like, I feel like you end up hearing it's either a new child or a new wife or like a new girlfriend. Like, and also, guys, there's so much. I really I'm proposing T, Swazi, any of the 20, actually 30 kids probably. If you see this, let's have a nice little TikTok live, Instagram live, or come join us. Something. I have so many questions. Who is this person whose name always gets blurred out?
I'm so tired of not knowing who's that, because we want to know that person.
They keep on bleeping that name all the time when that person is mentioned. They
guys, if you want that, please.
But about that church member, and I feel like Beefia Swaz and Usit has been mostly contributed by that person.
Yes,
because I feel
most of the beefs in that.
Yeah, most of them, because this person takes things and then throws. You saw that trend.
I couldn't. I mean, I'm not Zulu. I literally tried to read the first 3 sentences and I stopped.
Bro, like like even Usihle is very like what the head response are very minimal. This person is literally goes in and says that, and Swaz is not happy. We are pretending he's doing for the. I'm
like now even T is getting involved in some of that stuff. This person
is very comfortable saying these things. And I'm sure maybe Shangap and stuff like that. And the worst thing about this is that I'm glad they were able to sit on the table like that and have this discussion and really speak about things that has been happening and lay on the table. But at some point, they need to bring this person here.
They must come answer for themselves.
Because now the common denominator in this whole thing is this person.
Even with Ndu's relationship with VJ, isn't it that because that same person's name, if we
contributed to a lot of things. So he contributed to a lot of things.
And the fact that they even mentioned that Nonkule has even said Uguti, the way VJ will always choose his church over his family, like it's problematic because now they probably know Uguti, are VJ young and nigga? Like we're just gonna whisper here. It's going to cause chaos.
And the way VJ gets so like agitated whenever he's been mentioned. Like he gets so and he gets so like agitated. I'm just like, why is he protecting this person? And I like the fact that Swazi said that the person who will destroy this family, it's you.
That's it. Yes.
And because he is not realizing that he is putting his family on a firing line to protect this person.
Because you're gonna realize it later.
Yes, when like what did thing he say? Umangwabe inesandla esemfene. Yeah, no, the mfene's hand is deep in there.
It's not even inside the same thing. It's backbone. Because inside the same thing is like
but the way that they I think the realization, and I'm glad that they were all there to realize that, with the realization that they all made, because even T said to Sitle, dude, just apologize, because no one is wrong. People are just trying to make you guys fight.
I think the most important thing that this person is doing is to instigate between people that are very integral parts in the family, that can have a way of ruining relationship, because Uswazi is someone who is very
the matriarch.
The matriarch of the family. So if it has one in Usitle who is very close to VJ, that's gonna cause a stir in the family. So, and then when they were talking, you realize this was a huge misunderstanding, because Uswazi was tasked by Ubabwak to do this whole thing.
It's just someone twisted the story.
And
that's another thing.
To connect with this. Imagine,
I'm with the client, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing to talk to my dad and he's hoeing. Like, no.
And then for that, and the fact that he was very intentional about this girl, because he would even go other ways to actually to communicate using another person's number. Uswazi girl, Uswazi corner, like I'm like, oh my god.
And it's gonna get guningia. Like it's getting guningia. And I think the more we get to the end, I'm just like, okay.
Kind of got a glimpse of Undu no tea from next week. That is butting heads. But now Undu is playing into their hands.
That narrative also. He's very aggressive in terms of how he reacted, but he was valid for the point he was raising.
Yes, I mean, if we saw, how trailers, I agree with you though.
He was valid.
I think obviously that people don't take easing it just seriously. It doesn't just matter who is saying it. And when you say someone else.
No, but I think there's also this thing of like, firstly, let's keep in mind, right, that these, I'm going to call them kids, these siblings, they don't all know each other, right? They're getting to know each other. And and this retreat is obviously part of them getting to know each other, and they're going to step on toes. And you know how some people have this thing of umuntu makatagiwe and they just start rambling and talking on. They dismiss it and then they just start laughing, you know. And it's just like utagiwe and exactly, you know, which I think sometimes is wrong because you know sometimes umuntu tagiwe, that's the only time that they feel like
they can express
themselves properly.
Yes, and it felt like in that moment, Ngati he was trying to open up to some, like to mention something that he pulled a snare, like and he pulled a snare, and I think her reaction in that clip does make it seem as if like they're not really hearing him, they're just brushing it off. And Ndu's reaction, I guess, was like, dude, and then Ngati that sibling Ngati, because he's the one that always disappears. So I think unenda balapa where they like, hey, maybe he's really got like big mad issues with the family, hence he always like disappears. So, but I guess next week we'll see.
We went to see, man, what's happening. And moving on to the Xabas and go to the Mselekus.
From Avoka to Mzumbe.
The Mseleku drama is not ending between Numa Kumalo and Nomosa. Like the dinner table got the episode, I think episode 9. That's when I think things got a lot intense, like where we saw Mseleku literally saying that you have failed. You know, failing.
You know, I thought it was just the editing. I thought, no, there's no way this man is this cruel. Kanti Uchilo straight.
Yeah. And the worst thing is that I think he wanna be like, what's the word? I feel like befuna ukuthi I be ngalendlela le ayisho noma khumalo ukuthi didn't you fail? I'm like, there is failing that I was trying to get pregnant, but like you can't try to get pregnant when you know very well that you can't be successful in it, well, because there's failure like that is very there. Like you can't fall pregnant because we asked that and fallopian tubes have been cut off. They don't exist. So now you can't fall pregnant.
You can't label it as a failure it's literally something that like
he doesn't want to understand, because Uma Kumalo mentioned the miscarriages and it was like
he made it about himself.
Yes, he made it about himself. It's like, you don't get it.
Nami, I went through that. True.
Yes, you went through it, but don't forget, you still have kids. She doesn't have kids.
And you're throwing this in her face that you didn't bring. And now he was contradicting himself straight up. I'm so glad that conversation happened that way, because you go from sitting at the same table where you said, but that's not what I meant. Then second, you're like, the reason I made that video was to clarify that that's not what I meant. And then they call him out to say, but you were lying in that video because you didn't even talk to me, right? And now he then is going to turn around and be like, yeah, but did I lie? But did I lie?
It's like he was like, did I lie though?
Did I lie though?
It was him saying that.
Right? That was so cruel for him to do. But I realized something from that table. Mseleku wants to have the last word. He wants to always be right. And he doesn't mind going to hell to be right. You know, the way he flipped that conversation to be like, but did I lie? I did tell the truth. You know, he wants to be right. He wants to have the last word. He doesn't care who he's hurting.
Even apologizing to the public first before even talking to your wife. It didn't make sense.
Like you should prioritize your wife, apologize. So as a bit, I thought maybe he would like hear Uma Kumalo and then subsequently say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you know, all she wanted was an like, I hear you. You don't even have to hear everything, but like, I hear you, I see you, I've wronged you, because you haven't apologized for taking a girl from my hood. You haven't apologized for breaking your promises to me. But here you are, literally slamming me for failing to produce children when you know that there is this issue.
Yeah. And the worst part was that Uma Kumalo Umosa came to his house. Something along those lines. I think that Umakwela, like Umosa, was just like something along those lines. When there was a diary moment when Uma Kumalo was literally just saying the things that Umosa said recently to her about this whole thing. And he didn't mean that. So Umosa has been very lack compassion towards the situation, lack understanding. It's as if he was not there throughout the whole thing, and it was like he miraculously thought Makumalu would be Maria and just fall pregnant out of thin air and then just be able to produce the kids that she wanted. Like it also goes as far as saying that it also affected me. I'm like, you're not the one unable to produce kids.
Having
she's
miscarriages.
The one. She's having these miscarriages, and like you are not the one. And the thing is, like, you can't always make things about you. As much as like you are also maybe suffering maybe indirectly about this whole thing, but it is not about you. No matter how hard you are feeling or painful it is for you, but the person that is feeling a lot of pain, that is in a situation that they can't change, at least when you can go get another wife and make them pregnant, you know, what can she do?
And you keep throwing that in her face, that it's fine if you're not going to do it, I'll get someone else to do it. And that's another thing, that's another reasoning thing that I think he's doing, where he's saying Makhumalo's not, she can't be angry that I'm getting someone who's going to give me kids, because she can't do that, which is the cruelest.
And the decision is not even for him and Makhumalo. It's for him. It's for his own selfish reasons. And this whole thing, I'm glad that Makhumalo also clarified her side of the story, because most of us were starting to believe that Makhumalo is better. She's the one that asked for the DNA test and stuff like that. I'm glad that she clarified that, because if you hear Makhumalo's story and what she said, I totally believe her, because look at how Umakele is handling his situation galwandle.
Yes,
to show that this is something
that's common.
It's in the agreement in the family.
Yes. So why he decided to spin that narrative to make it look like Makhumalo's evil, I don't get it.
I think obviously they think he is one person that wants to make sure that he villainize you when he doesn't like
you. So that's probably one of the things.
So being villainized is one of his things that he does to, like, oh, you must feel my wrath, you know, like when you don't get along with me. So until you're fine with me, you will feel my.
It's like he wants you to come back and like be on your knees and say, I'm sorry, master. We're all right.
I've been seeing a lot of social media posts saying that Umusa is threatened by Makhumalo's independence, financial independence, that now she's able to buy herself cars, houses and everything. And they also touched on that he like Makhumalo lazy because of Umusa and stuff like that. And then there's a narrative around that. Do you think Musa is genuinely threatened, the fact that Makhumalo is now able to afford the things that she has, and she doesn't have any reason to ask for Mmeli for certain things? Like, she has her own way of just doing her own things, buying her own house, buying her own cars and everything.
And he is. Remember, his ego is bruised, so he would expect his wives to depend on him a lot for everything, and Makhumalo specifically doesn't. She bought the house herself. And the fact that it's funny how on Uncut she was very not clear about it. Who actually bought the house. Yeah. Now that she's very clear about it, I'm glad that she did. He's very intimidated. I mean, he keeps on mentioning Gutu when you think you're powerful. Because, I mean, he literally mentioned Gutu Makhumalo when she says something, she has influence on the other wives.
Otherwise, Mmeli listening to Makhumalo.
It's like, there's none of the wives listen to each other, bro. In what world?
No, so he does actually feel intimidated, because you can't, if something doesn't bother you, you can't bring it up all the time. It shows that you are not dealing with it very well.
Yeah.
Because also another thing that I saw is that he mentioned that he even mentioned that lento ayenzayo le man. Oh, by the way, the actual reason why he was brought here akayenzi yona, of which is also trying to minimize
what her
clip her wings in a sense, you know,
her king, like what she's, I mean, not her earning, like what she's, what's the word when you've, guess what you've earned, like her accomplishments rather. You know, he's minimizing those accomplishments. But I like how Makhumalo, you know, at the beginning of that conversation, we was Toba, and she was like, I acknowledge that you have helped me get to where I am, but also Namandla Wami are in that. Like, yes, you gave me a stepping stone, which I think we can all agree, sure, you know, there was a stepping stone, but what Makhumalo did with that stepping stone, no other wife has, you know, managed to do. And I do think that Mmeli is highly intimidated by the fact that Uthobile is where she is, and now he's trying to paint her as the villain, using that, her accomplishments, to say, yeah, she now thinks she's better than all of us because she doesn't want number 5 and she thinks she's got power.
Sure.
And by saying that, which I found so shocking, that Makhumalo is the one that is breaking down Mzumbe like it's her fault. It's like, what?
I think it's like in the I think you guys know my stance on that one. They're now going on a retreat. Do you think, like, what's the recourse? Like, what's the best way for Makhumalo and Selegu to actually find? Because I know they're not gonna leave each other. I know a lot of people are encouraging Makhumalo to leave Vumosa, and we recently saw
one of them.
And recently saw the interview that she's like, no, everything has its time. Which tells us like she's not leaving anytime soon. And I don't think she's going to leave anytime soon.
She's an executive producer. I think she knows when not to say certain things. I think
even
she
that
knows.
live,
yeah, so she wouldn't say a lot of things because she knows Uguti. It's going to ruin the whole show if we do find out or not.
But even so, like beyond her not sharing that, do you guys genuinely think she's going to leave? She's going to actually leave?
I don't know. Hey.
I also, you know what I think, right?
Because sorry to cut you know what she said, Uthando, I will choose Musa even in the next life. That's what she said on that interview. And also, Isitha is something that I know. I will not leave something I know and something that I don't know just because I'm hoping it's gonna be like this. So this is one of the things that she said. It's like Musa is we have time.
Yes.
Maybe she thinks that the grass is not green on the other side.
No, because she had 5 months to discover that the grass might be green on the other side.
But I don't think it's the case though.
And wait, sorry. Have you actually noticed that I feel like Selegu was trying to use that 5-month gap to insinuate, because he keeps saying there's things I know, and if I told, because I need to that 5 months, yes, just say it, just tell us what it is. But I think to answer that question that you initially asked, I feel like Makhumalo is going to be, when people are still married, but they just see each other when they have to see each other. They are married like.
You're just waiting for each other to die. One of you must die, then I'll be happy.
Because she's gonna just not better. The same thing. Like there are things that you can. I want guys. As much as we always encourage people, like they must leave toxic relationships, you guys are failing to leave that guy Ohambang Polo. That like the only thing that he has on his name is that Polo. But you're telling people that has multi-million rands, and that's the narrative of people saying that Selegu is broke. Guys, come on. Like
he has multiple shows.
He's right multiple shows and multi-million rand businesses. And the thing is that guys, you can just think Izinto can just end. When now share a boyfriend that can under your door, and but you're telling
who are you dragging? Tell me, Mr. Mag. Look into the camera.
I think it's so easy. It's so easy for people online to tell people to leave.
Yeah, true.
Not knowing that it's not easy, like, and also when you've built
a family and a life
like that, you can't just think people are gonna leave. Even for them, it's not easy for them to leave. They're clinging on the guy who's been cheating on them relentlessly every week, but they're still hoping.
Hope you will change.
You will change.
Yeah,
so
true.
Obviously allow Makhumalo to also be that person to like, I know what I have with this man. As much as like we are fighting over things, it's things that we can like fight about, yes, but it's all I know. It's all I know until I'm done, like inside,
and until they're ready.
Until I feel like okay,
can't make that
I'm ready
decision
to
for
leave.
someone.
I'm not gonna leave because I think people want to have hey guys. There's not a lot of good people out there. You can't leave a stable situation and leave, because obviously being Makhumalo and being Selegu has opened a lot of doors for her. She admitted herself. As much as she worked her way to the top, there's also like a benefit of her being Selegu.
Yeah.
If now you're dropping them Selegu name, trust you me.
And maybe that will be their relationship. I think if their relationship is just public appearances when we need to, if we,
but we hate each other behind closed doors.
But I respect you as
there's
my
a lot
husband.
of relationships I would say are like that in South Africa.
Exactly.
But I don't want to be served because someone is on a house arrest because of talking too much. You're gonna put two and two together.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm not even listen. Moving right along.
Moving right along to City Makoti. Guys, Solo, your favorite show?
Zaphuma Zonke. You know what? I'm glad that, because Colin thinks he's Jada Pinkett Smith. The red table talk, whatever. He even failed to manage that, and I watched that and I'm like, Colin, you can barely manage these two women just, you can't even mediate a conversation. Yet you want to be in this polygamous marriage with both of them.
He failed there.
He failed.
Marriage.
Now, and a couple of things like were highlighted for me from that sit down. Colin imene because Colin meets with Kim to say this together. Has this conversation with Usesi as if he's not actually talking to Kim on the side. Hence, no Kim seyadelela because Kim knows.
Kim is clocked there. Ministry am actually in the situation.
Listen,
I'm the fool in this whole situation. They speak, they send each other texts. Yes. I'm the fool.
That's why Ceci got that upset because I think to be honest, Ceci just realized.
And I feel like Colin, if he wanted to mediate that thing, he should have been very neutral, not try to be personalizing things and everything. Generally just say, okay guys, we feel like the situation is getting out of hand because I think we are not agreeing on a lot of things, and I'm just like, be neutral about it. Don't seem to be taking side because you generally gonna make the other wife feel like you value more than her, because I don't know why those people like you must be people in the sense of like impartial, like someone who is literally just like, you know what, I'm not taking sides. I
don't think he's mature enough for what he wants, to be honest. Like, I just feel like he's failing those women.
He's fascinated with the whole setup.
That's it.
Yes, I think he's fascinated with the whole concept. And even notice how he was talking to Kim. He doesn't look like someone who's going to leave with Kim. I'm sure even after they were done shooting.
Do you see how Kim spoke about him also?
Are you okay, baby? All right.
Yes, I'm sure he was speaking to them individually like, no, he would go to this one's like, don't worry about this one.
But also with Kim, the way she was speaking about Colin, Kim is very much in love with
Kim loves. I wish Kim had diary sessions. Actually, I really would like to see Kim's diary sessions.
But also it's so easy for Kim to say that you want to make me a stepfather of 5 kids. I'm like, well, didn't you know this?
No, her problem. She was a homosexual, and she had no place to stay. So she was willing to stay with them and the 5 kids. Magic, and bringing up the kids like that was completely wrong. Like, that was terrible. Just not, like, the kids are not involved in that. If she had a problem with raising 5 kids, she should not have agreed to be in that situation to begin with. You can't now turn around and now decide that you flipped things, whatever. No, you knew what you were signing up for. You were desperate. You had no place to stay. And you agreed to it, and now you have an issue with it.
You fed them and you paid them.
You fed them and you paid them, and then they also fed you too,
and gave you shelter.
So now you're being hella disrespectful. And Kim is also messy in the sense that Kim knew that she didn't want Ceci. Kim knew that she only wanted Colin. But Indlala, I guess, does that. You'll agree to things that you shouldn't, because now you're saying yes to dating both of them, but you only love one of them. I think in this whole situation, Colin is the biggest villain, but no Kimwake, I think they just deserve each other. And Usesi Shem she
deserves better.
She deserves so much, but I actually like that woman. I really feel, and if Santana Chodale Colin, it's fine, but like dating a man with cornrows in 2026 is a choice. But what if you like it? I love it.
I'm on Ceci's mother's side. I understand why she doesn't like Colin.
And imagine none of the parents like this nigga, because even Kim's parents were saying no. So no, the problem is definitely Colin.
Also, about thing that I realized about Ceci. Ceci is compromising a lot to impress this man. This man has come out and said that he doesn't believe in marriage. He doesn't want marriage.
Right.
But low-key Ceci wants that. And the way he was speaking with the ladies, you could still, like, Usesi, man, we were that Colin to a fault, that she is not really being seen, that she's suppressing herself, and also I believe in everything, because we have to even know she swings both way. I don't think she swings both way in a setup of like having the triad, everything. Yeah. Maybe she's bi when like, okay, I'm bi, and then I'm this person. Not to both. And I think now she is really compromising herself in order to fit into this man's life and to have this man in her life. Because I don't think this man, even the friends,
Yeah.
Even the friends
even
were like,
who sit down.
Even the friends are calling. I'm like, dog, it's very off. The families, why would they like? She doesn't care about the families. It's, as long as the people. This thing is not gonna work.
It's not.
It's not gonna work.
Either get married, like it's either you shit or you get off the pot. Like, she wants marriage. Do you want to be in a polygamous marriage? Because polygamous mcholo is not a fucking thing.
It's not.
So you're right. I think Ceci shrinks herself so much for Colin. Hence, I really do believe that this thing is not going to work out and it's so funny because all three of them in that relationship want different things.
Exactly.
Tim wants Colin wants it all, Ceci wants marriage.
Yeah.
They all just, it's like this.
It's a mismatch.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying, like, even, I like what Ceci said, that he would like Colin to solidify the base before bringing someone in.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's where now you can be able to have intake common with all parties involved. And then when you bring someone into because and you probably told them a different story, sold them a different story of his vision, not the whole vision of the all three of them, because it's a triad, not a polygamous relationship. A triad, all of you guys need to coexist and all your values must all be met because that's what you want. But here, it's only one person that has been served and one person only is Colin. He's having his cake and eating it too.
He's a core narcissist.
So I feel like he is genuinely like not really being held accountable, and these girls are fighting unnecessarily because of him.
Yeah, no, the Ceci fight was valid. I think that's it. That little outburst was valid because don't talk about my kids.
Shopping center.
Don't talk about my kids. Don't talk about my kids like that. And also, imagine now that so suits. Imagine we are telela. I do feel like that was a little bit valid. Yeah, but Colin is a no-go. Ceci literally deserves much better.
Yeah, he does. I'm going to drama fix now. We're going to be talking about Inimba season 2, which is back on our television screen. Really excited for the new season. Really excited. I think last week episodes for me, they were just like a foundation.
Yeah.
Like I felt
slow
like
build up.
Slow build up of everything.
I mean, that's how Inimba started.
Yeah.
So
everything was just like laying a foundation, what you could expect. And I feel like we kind of getting an idea now what's going to happen within the season. I'm really excited. Zolega and Les,
I show off. But Beyonce.
For a matter of 2 or 3 for silver solutions.
But also that whole thing with the uncle, like that uncle is problematic. Imagine we're calling because Speezy and let's all 60 cows. Now you're rubbing it in this poor man's face and he's losing his wife. So unnecessary, but also if it's hate for Sati, I do not mind.
Shami was going through it.
We are Goa.
I didn't think they were like gonna go through it with Tume. I thought Tume was just like but eventually he's gonna go back though.
Yeah, I think Tumega might. We know like they're gonna find each other. But plot twist: what if, right? Because Tumega and Azande haven't met, right?
No, she was there at the wedding.
No, she was at the wedding, but they haven't officially met. Like because she wasn't at the wedding. I don't think about it. What if Tumega and Azande? But now I feel like it's gonna be the storyline is repeating because Kawe yet again with one of his mother's men.
Yeah, no.
But it's Tumega deserves so much better.
Tumega guys, no, Shati a storyline on their own. So I don't think they could break that like easily. Yeah. Because like I think it's one of the core storylines that they have within the show. Because if they break them apart, what's gonna be the storyline for the both of them?
You never know. I mean, look at how much Dlamini left.
It was so boring though with the Brother Justice. I was so bored of that character.
I love their relationship.
It's possible. I mean, look at how much Dlamini she left Umpia Kezung at some point. Who would have thought?
But you realize what guys.
No, look, I think if they were to get back together, right, I do think that we would get to see, and I know you were analyzing the poster about this, I think we would get to see a whole different side of Utumega.
That's what you thought when you say
you raised a valid point and then was...
we saw,
and then she disappointed us.
She was now trying to look a certain way, dress a certain way.
About to girl right after.
She went back to the fourth.
I think she's going to go back, but this time it's going to be different. She... Yeah.
I also think so. I think she might be more like strict.
It's my time.
Because even this time around, I'm not even happy with the reason of leaving. But hey, that we've talked about that one.
We've debated this.
Yeah, we talk about that one. Also, I'm just happy that Tutola and Uthando finally got their house now.
Oh,
finally. It looks beautiful though. It's
hey. That's why we're renovations straight. They're saving money.
The renovations, their house is beautiful.
They're even spending more time right?
But someone was saying, you know what, like the Shatis must understand. They are happy together, guys. Like, as a family, they love each other. They give each other peace. They must leave the pictures and just be together.
They need their wives. Because even Uyanga is very unhappy wherever she is.
I feel like Uyanga is about to annoy us.
It's still gonna annoy us. It's also annoying Baba. Hey, Baba, is sitting in farm. Is still gonna be upset about
she
it.
looked excited for the wedding also.
Yeah, she did. Look, I think she just likes the rich auntie. Like she likes Zolega.
She likes the aesthetic, eh?
Yeah, because the way she gave it, like a private jet and it's corner. Like she just wants the rich auntie.
I'm gonna sleep at your house and yes, I will live. That was like,
Uyanga is going to annoy us a little bit, but
let's talk about Azande's character. Like from what we've seen thus far, like I feel like that guy is an onion. Oh my god, don't do that.
It is true.
Yeah, no, it is true. I think he has so many layers though, into him. I feel like the character will be like peeling off throughout the entire season, and we'll be seeing a lot of things.
Do you think he's gonna be there? Do you think he's gonna be there the whole season though?
I think so.
Because I was surprised. I thought he would have been like
part of the
credits or like a cast, right? Because he's not there.
The Ngugana is not even on the main cast.
Yeah, because I do think the Nguganas they come and go.
Because even Les started off as a supporting.
Yeah. So I really did think we would have seen him there, but he's interesting. I think I like his character. And I'm actually, the way he speaks Xhosa is not that bad. I'm actually
I think he's impressed.
He's better than
Lazarus. You know,
but I love the relationship. I think I'm enjoying seeing Utabs with her son. Like we're getting more of her as well as a mother, and obviously there's the tension that's building up.
The family apart, those two.
But
no, I don't think so. The person that's gonna work from the outside, the person that is coming in, it's Uzolega.
That's what literally we think Azande is the villain. Oh no,
Uzolega is the one from Be Working Husband.
She's valid. I mean, think about it. Azande, I don't think.
Why
No, but you just here for a second.
She's a mattress.
Oh, you're against.
I'm with you. I'm with you. When she said that, I was just like, no, Zolega, you go get your farm, baby, and your cows.
Bro, you just got a farm and 60 cows. And you still want the family business.
Look, Jabu, she's a matriarch, sure. However, I do feel like Uzolega, she worked so hard to get the Nguganas back together and in a better position, right? Hence, they've accepted it the way that they have. Now, she's trying to touch on things that she shouldn't be, because Lazarus has his own empire.
Exactly.
Lazarus is building his own empire outside of his family. He's built Kusela. They agreed that we're building Kusela. That's our thing, and we're doing it for Bavumide. Now you're getting greedy. Like now you wanna take Azande's
Industries,
you know,
and the thing is like it's been a long time thing that it was spoken about, because obviously Ulez was out of the picture and Ulez created his own thing, and Lazarus looks very content with that.
They were comfortable,
you know, and now
okay, I still love the Lego.
Do you think he's capable to what?
You don't know his capabilities
within the meeting of Bungazwa. Bro,
he's not.
Leave him alone.
Capable.
You don't even know his capabilities now.
Anything takes him up easily. If you saw how that guy was talking to him, already was getting angry. Now imagine him running the empire. How is that gonna work?
Lazarus snaps too.
You know, not all the time.
Lazarus throws classes.
He's always calm.
No. Calm.
Your reason is calm.
We don't know Azande well enough to know.
I think I'll see this day.
No. Listen, it's happened. Episode 10 came with some drama. Next week you won't see Jabu in the seat.
I never thought I'd see this thing. But honestly, if we're being genuinely honest, like that was so unnecessary. And that's what I'm saying, like Abona, the friction will not even be coming from Azande. It will be coming from Uzolega.
The person who's lighting the match.
Uzolega now is gonna.
Hence why they put her in the middle of the poster and she had a white shirt. Like I already mentioned that they want us to perceive as like this innocent woman, but she's not. She's plotting behind
the scenes.
Yeah. There's a ruthlessness. And the thing is
like, is really yearning for that son about the relationship, because we enjoy that now. He's like, he wanna
he's like seeing his son get married like this.
He's pulling all the stops for but now it says about I know ngifuna phela sishade kanje bezothi ngifuna ukuthi how because uzofika athi maybe how can I now take over, and then now this is going to change his mind, and now and then Nofundisego is like, how, why are you turning on your word, and then now that's going to cause friction already and
I feel like she's like Utabs has served like the short end of the stick. He's unfair. That
the treatment alone is not.
It's not good, because that is their inheritance, both of them, right? And you can't keep making decisions for both of us, selling the land to yourself.
He's the male child.
That's bullshit. Like I think, and I'm hoping we're going to see the power of her as the person who's been the matriarch for so long. And when she steps into this, whatever, like the fight that's brewing, I really, really do hope that like we get to see a side of her where it's like she deserves that just as much as he does. It's just that she's never given a chance or an opportunity.
She's using Azande to win that back.
She's using, and you know what? Yeah, the Ngukanes versus the Ngukanes is Zolega Pikich's fault.
Yeah, no, it's I'm starting to see what I know. Zolega Ngatu is coming in hard.
Her villain
I
era.
wonder who's Azande's father. I think there's a whole secret around that also.
And also with what's the name? The non-labor and the husband story.
Where's your husband?
Because I even forgot about that. Someone mentioned that non-labor was actually in an arranged marriage.
Oh, shit.
By the father.
Wow. Okay, so that would also be interesting. She doesn't even want to talk about it.
But now the thing is, like, it seems like there's gonna be a lot of storylines. I hope they don't do this whole thing of doing.
Doesn't become messy.
10 storylines in one go.
There will be fillers.
They must listen. I'm so glad we have not seen 44. Even this week, King Missouri streets.
He's coming back from holiday.
Why does he want to work with Shati? Like, Shati is a teaming couple.
It's guilt, you know.
But how are they gonna work? Shati is a teaming.
I don't know. We're probably gonna
maybe once investment. I don't know.
Maybe you're cleaner la pepele to Shati. Tender.
Well, at this point, too, I think also guilt it could be the reason behind everything that you want to mend fences and stuff. So
because they had a bromance that was brewing, you know. So
and Shati, I'm not gonna do that, but eventually he will succumb to it.
They have something in common.
And guys, like
Brooke Logan,
she is literally Zolega's daughter at this point, you know. The way
she did mention in the tape, I'm Zolega's daughter, so she is gonna behave more like a mother.
As ukhawe ngithi uyakhula, but ukhula ngendlela ubhedayo at this point, because like, what is he always like want to be entangled with men?
But she didn't know.
But still, like, we said you want a clean slate. You didn't want anything to do with men. You wanted like to focus on yourself and whatever. Is this focusing on yourself? Like,
I think we're being a little hard on her. I think Kawe is 22, right?
Let her live a life.
Yeah, she's growing, right? Like we are in our 20s, and it almost slipped there. I mean, people. This is life, you know. Like, so people do that. Like, it's normal for people in the 20s.
I want a better storyline for Kawe, guys.
Yeah, no, look, I do want her to do better, and I think this season is gonna show us a more grown-up version of Kawe.
Yeah, that's what I want. Let's not censor everything about Amatota.
Yes, it mustn't be about Amatota. I completely get you. Like, her getting tangled up like this is like, oh, Kawe, you know, like, fuck up in another way. But but also that scene with Onga and Bawetu and
Azande.
That was kind of
funny, you know.
Bawetu's like, love her.
That's
when Onga, you didn't hit. I know what it's like when you hit. Because Onga didn't get that far.
And it's so weird that Onga no Zana, they're just like always like together.
Yeah, like now they're buddies. I need to. They probably in the 2 weeks when we weren't seeing the show, they probably had a bonding session.
They were exchanging notes.
Yeah, exchanging notes. Like, no, it's not your fault. You know, we'll do better. You know.
But yeah, anyway, like, let's go back now to what to watch. Guys, have you been watching anything new? What have you been seeing?
Yeah, I watch. Finally finished 56 Days. Hated the ending. I watched Vladimir, which I love the series. Brilliantly written, shot so beautifully. The only thing that disappointed me was the ending, but I really enjoyed the series.
I was getting to Vladimir like yesterday, but then I got distracted and I watched a movie because someone was talking about it on Twitter. It's War Machine. Brilliant start to the movie. It's bored me so bad. But it's still very interesting because it's a movie about military, like war or stuff like that. And then next thing, there's now this machine that they are fighting with. I'm like, guys, I'm expecting like a actual war thing, and then now like the script was flipped, and something out of the planet came in and then attacked them, and then trying to fight and trying to survive. It's killed a lot of people. It was interesting because I was able to finish it, but like I was not expecting, I thought it was gonna go a certain way, but it went a certain way. But nonetheless, it was a good watch. I was able to finish it. Also, I started watching still on Prime. I know I'm late, but it's really good.
Isn't it a movie? Oh, it's a series. Yes, I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, I'm starting still. Vladimir. There's also another documentary that I watched. It's called A Friend, the Murderer, or something on Netflix.
I thought it was a Spanish documentary.
It's a Danish. It's done from Denmark.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, it's dubbed.
I don't know.
But I did watch it. It's just crazy. But yeah, like if you're into dokies, you can check it out. Anyway, guys, that was it. Another episode of the review with Bafana Mthembu,
Jabu McDonald,
and your boy Cardi Solo.
And peace.
The review.